Weister, you could have chosen a less insulting way of telling us that we're boring you. Fucking cunt.
Huh? Oh, sorry, that wasn't meant to be, sorry. I was really tired today. Last night I didn't really sleep that well. I had this really fucked up dream.
Say, that dream wouldn't happen to be about a weird, unfunny Dorito guy with a top hat.
You too? Yeah, he wouldn't stop saying, "Hey guys," and kept pushing me to shake his flamey hand. Real creep he was.
Oh, so that wasn't just my suppressed psychosis? I mean, what a wild dream, right?
Yeah, this guy can seriously go fuck himself. There I was having the wettest dream ever, and then he just pops in and ruins the mood.
The fact y'all ain't said anything about this wet dream including animals gives me a little hope for society.
Well, in that way I can assure you, ever since I've been with Dan, I've never once dreamt of fucking an animal again. Though I can't deny that they sometimes still watch us.
And your dreams are for real?
Yes.
Okay, back to this triangle guy. I've got a feeling this has once again something to do with Equestria.
Sisher? Shouldn't it then have been like every other time some character came to Equestria? And our world logically should have adapted in a way that this one-eyed nuisance was always there for us. Yet I distinctly remember it only appearing like some days ago.
Yeah, what's up with that? That would completely go against the rule Dementia established.
Maybe it has something to do with the fact that it was just fanfiction, Pell. Perhaps this rule only applies to characters from existing universes. I mean, there's also only one Dementia.
But even Robotus gained counterparts.
Yeah, but if we're gonna be honest, he's basically just a rogue Krang droid. Let's just say it as it is, your Robotus just couldn't be asked to go through the trouble of altering our reality in a believable way for Bill to have been around all this time. But sure, let's summon a first excuse and go with that.
Hey, girls, why do I have to always remind you that we shouldn't even be talking about this? Don't you remember that alarm thing?
In Ordnung, I've been meaning to ask you something anyway, Twilight. You know, recently when I brought up Spike and we all found out he isn't actually dead.
Yeah?
I've been thinking, you do spend most of the day's time with us. Before, it didn't make any difference to me, but knowing that Spike is alive, I'm wondering, is he just all by himself the entire day when you're out making sketches with us?
Oh no, I'm not leaving him home alone. Every morning before I head out to find you girls, I bring him downtown to Little's Pet Shop.
Little's Pet Shop?
Yeah, they don't sell pets, they cater to them. They have a daycare in the back where I can safely leave Spike for the day. It's run by a surprisingly young girl named Blythe Baxter. She also owns a dog, which I must say bears an uncanny resemblance to me. Anyway, the reason I trust her to take good care of Spike is the fact she isn't just a normal pet shop owner. She can actually understand animals.
Ooh, big deal.
Shut up, Fluttershy.
No, honestly, what a fucking big deal. I mean, wow, she can talk to animals. It's not like you fucking know someone in person who can as well. Yet you never asked me to watch over Spike.
Simply because you were also preoccupied with the sketches. Besides, up until a few months ago, I couldn't trust you not to try and rape him in my absence.
Hey, that... Okay, you actually got a point in there. Still, this girl talking to animals, that's not even an argument concerning Spike. I mean, he can talk for real.
Oh, sorry, that's me. Well, it was nice with you girls, but I gotta go now.
Go? Where?
To Neverless Hope Hospital. Didn't I tell you I had an appointment there?
What, are you sick?
No, not with a doctor, but with a patient. Sonata recently asked me to come along with her when she went to visit the dojo.
Sonata? A dojo? You mean the Dazzlings?
Yeah, we're visiting a dojo in the psych ward. Don't you remember that?
Oh, right! After that gang war between her and Aria Blaze was settled, she was admitted to NVL's psych ward to try and cure insanity.
Wait, hold on a minute. Gang war? Psych ward? Insanity? What the heck even happened?
What do you mean what happened? You know that, Pinky.
No, I don't. That fanfic was written back when I wasn't part of the main cast yet. Could you all please give me a detailed summary of everything important that happened, wink wink?
Oh, that's what you mean. Why didn't you just say you wanted us to give a summary for the viewer's sake? Way to overcomplicate things.
It's a shame we can't just use the review I had my boyfriend make. He watched the entire series from my YouTube channel.
Why can't we use it?
Well, because we broke up. No, just kidding. Actually, there just isn't a good sounding version of his voice available, so sadly Robotus can't give him any more appearances in the foreseeable future. Plus, he did tell me that he actually rather wanted to stay out of this whole sketch thing after our club episode. It was just too weird to him.
Understandable.
Okay then, how about you give Pinky a little rundown? Sun said.
Why me?
Because frankly, you're the only one who is stupid enough to admit that she watches this Robotus crap. I for one can proudly say I never once saw anything of this Dazzlings-Fanfic he wrote.
And you think I did?
Come on, Sunset, be real with us.
Okay, you got me. Fine, I watched it.
Warum nicht gleich so? Now, if you please.
Okay, but let's make this quick. I should have been gone already. Okay, so what happened can be summed up basically like this. After their defeat at the finale of Rainbow Rocks, when the Dazzlings lost their powers, they became homeless beggars, surviving one day to the next. The dire situation has increased the tension between Adagio and Aria tenfold, and eventually, it escalates. Adagio leaves Sonata and Aria behind to find new servants who know their place, as she put it. Those turn out to be a street gang she took over and named after her old band, the Dazzlings.
Someone was having trouble to let go.
Yeah, but you don't even know half of it. After Sonata and Aria spent some time surviving together, Aria eventually left her too, to herself join a rival street gang called the Crystal Hearts. Meanwhile, Sonata found a job at a brothel called the Shining Wingman.
Shining Wingman? Isn't that what this dollar guy in the club mentioned?
Yes, no, we connected that as well. Sonata found a way to recharge part of her siren powers through her work, which helped to put a spell on Dollar to make him believe she was his partner in business. So basically, she was running the Shining Wingman from that point on. Until one day, Adagio arrived. She pretended to want to make up with Sonata, but it was only a ruse to manipulate her into allying with her gang. Sonata declined, seeing through her attempt, and Adagio angrily rushes off. A few days later, there had been a fire in the Shining Wingman, and I think it's pretty obvious who's responsible for that.
Yeah, she really doesn't take kindly to rejection.
The Crystal Hearts and Dazzlings continue to escalate their turf wars until Aria falls into a trap laid by Adagio, which ends her out as a prisoner. Adagio spent the better part of an afternoon torturing her with a car battery before leaving her to wallow in hopelessness. But her gang finds her and frees her eventually.
I can imagine Adagio wasn't all too thrilled when she got wind of that.
That's a gross understatement. She was livid. So furious, in fact, that she decided to go for a new tactic. Instead of relying on success and territory, she just wanted to neutralize her rival gang's leader. For that purpose, she bought a gun from a French arms dealer.
Ah, you mean a spy from TF2. The one I also bought a gun from, which I used once to shoot at Sunset Shimmer.
What now?
The other one.
Yeah, that guy. After buying the gun, she had it delivered to an old abandoned factory to collect it later. But Aria learned of this and went there on delivery day to intercept it. There she ran into Adagio and a fight broke loose. They both wrestled each other up the stairs to the factory's office, but Adagio was quicker. She opened the drawer and saw nothing. The gun was not there. Suddenly Sonata steps in, holding said gun.
Do leave it side, what a twist!
She was planning to force a truce between her two friends and coerce them into making up. But it didn't work. Adagio tried to speak with Aria, but only 2 minutes in she snapped and tried attacking her again. In her blind fury, Adagio grabbed the gun right out of Sonata's hands and pressed the muzzle on her chest.
Oh my god, so you mean that's why she was in... You serious?
Yes. Sonata wouldn't step aside, even at gunpoint, which drove Adagio mad. I can't say for sure whether it was accidental or not, but she did shoot her.
Holy chip!
But, as strange as it may seem, before leaving, Adagio called an ambulance for her, which ended up saving her life. However, Adagio didn't know she survived, and the guilt she felt drove her even further over the edge. She made up this freaky conspiracy that Aria had manipulated events so that it would end up like this, that she had sacrificed Sonata's life to fill Adagio with grief and guilt.
Damn, she gone, man.
At that point, Adagio wanted to put a swift and violent end to their ongoing war, which is why she invited the Crystal Hearts to peace negotiations in the Shining Wingman. She claimed Sonata's death had opened her eyes, and she wanted to honor her by making peace. To underline her sincerity, she even sends along a sign of trust, her old broken pendant, which she never took off normally. But of course, it was just a trap.
Ah, you're talking about that big meeting where we also showed up. Which kind of makes it weird to keep telling the story from this point on because we were all there.
Yes, but I'm not telling you all this for your sake. Shut up and let the viewers listen. The Dazzlings had come to the Shining Wingman to meet with the Crystal Hearts. Adagio sat down across from Aria and the meeting starts mostly reserved. Until Aria stands up and walks over to Adagio to give her her pendant. Adagio is first really moved by this gesture, but despite her being genuinely touched, she just can't hold herself back. She puts the pendant down on the table, and then she jumps up, aims her pistol at the Crystal Hearts leader, and shoots.
Yes, but luckily I was there to stop that bullet using my crystal shield power. By the way, why have we never again used those superpowers we have?
Shut up. Anyway, yes, we were all there. We came out of hiding and Rainbow Dash snatched away Adagio's gun while Aja restrained her arms and prevented her from reaching her knife.
Yeah, I remember that. Bitch was squirming like crazy, and that look on her face like a trapped animal. Well, you did hear how desperate she got when she realized her plan was foiled. And desperate is a real mild way of putting it. She completely lost her mind. Like, she literally begged me to shoot her. As if she actually couldn't live with the fact that she lost again.
Yes. If she couldn't win, then at least she wanted to be out of this life. She herself said that she viewed herself as hopeless. Knowing she would never be able to forgive, to change, that deep inside she is nothing but a monster. And I must admit, it is true. When I used my bullshit mind-reading magic to look inside her soul, I saw myself confronted with a giant beast, her siren form. It was almost everywhere inside her mind, raging and roaring with deafening noise. But underneath her, I also saw a tiny, helpless girl, struggling to not be crushed under the weight of this monster. Which is exactly the reason why we didn't kill her. Or turn her to stone for that matter. Because even if she herself would not admit it, she is not beyond redemption. Since she now has a human heart, she also has a conscience. Against her own will, even. She knew it was right to let go, to forgive and move on. But she just couldn't do it alone. And for that reason we brought her to hospital and put her in the psych ward. There she can get real help by professionals.
Cool, so now we're up to date. After Adagio was hauled away, the gang war was declared over. And Adagio has been in hospital ever since then, yes? On a slow but steady way of betterment.
Indeed. In fact, today is the first time Adagio ever let... Oh, fucking hell, my meeting with Sonata! I completely forgot about that. Fucking great, I hope you're happy. I'm like 30 minutes late already.
Hey, don't come one with us. You decided to take so long with this. You could have been a lot less detailed at some points, you know?
I could not. He has no idea how much of it I even left out. Nah, fuck it, I just go now.
Have fun in the nut house.